Hi, I'm a forester here, and today I want to talk a little bit more about gentleman folders. The idea for this video came from one that I watched recently where this Kershaw crown was referred to as a gentleman folder. Now, the term gentleman folder is very subjective, but I don't consider this to be a gentleman folder at all. So I thought I would show my small collection of gentleman folders and talk about what a gentleman folder is to me. This is the best example of one that I have. This is my Chris Reeve Menundi, and to me a gentleman folder, you know it when you see it, but if I had to define it, it's a very lightweight, light-duty type of knife with a classy look to it. Now to me there's a difference between a classy look and classic designs. Sometimes they can be the same, but sometimes they're different, and maybe I'll show some that reflect that. But that's the best example I have. This is another good example, and I've done a review of this recently. This is my Mecosta. I just purchased this maybe a month ago at New Graham Knives. I like the natural wood handles, I like the traditional lines, and then that Damascus blade is very classy looking. Those are two very similar knives. Here's one that's a little different. It's actually a smaller knife than the other two. This is my Benchmade 235. It's got the Paul axle lock, and this is a discontinued model, but that is definitely a gentleman folder. Here's one where the very name of the knife almost defines it as a gentleman folder. This is a Boker Elegance, and to me that's a very elegant looking knife and fits very well into my small collection of gentleman folders. This one is a little bit different. This is an Almar Hawk Ultralight. It's not quite the same as the others, but it has very traditional lines, and to me I fit this very well into my gentleman folder collection. So there you have it. Now what I wanted to do is give you an idea of some knives that are close to being gentleman folders but don't quite make it. This is one. This is a Benchmade 705. I've had this for a while, and to me it's very classic in design, but it's a little bit heavy and a little bit thick to be carried as a gentleman folder knife. I used to, but I don't really consider it that anymore. It's more of an EDC knife. This is another example of a knife. This is a Browning model 560, but this is a knife that I used to carry sometimes as a gentleman folder knife. I don't anymore. This is more of a beater knife, very cheap. It's heavy, and I just carry it as a work knife. Here's a knife that is a little bit different also. I'm sure many of you have this, but this is a Kershaw Scallion, and it's got a very unique design. It's a lightweight knife, and some people might consider this a gentleman folder. I don't, because mainly the look is more modernistic, one of the Ken Onion designs, and so I don't consider this a gentleman folder. So there you have it. These are the 5 best examples of gentleman folders that I have in my collection. I would love to see pictures or descriptions of what you consider a gentleman folder. Y'all take care.